always be proud to say that he used to kid me about it, that I was the first national figure to endorse Jimmy Carter was just as courageous in his battle against cancer as he was in everything in his life. Cancer was a common bond between our two families, as of many other families. And our son Bo died. When he died, Jimmy and Rosalind were there to help us heal. Jimmy knew the ravages of the disease too well. He lost his father, his brother, his sisters to this terrible disease. So when Jimmy was diagnosed, we did our best to comfort him. We met with him down in Plains. We met with him anyway. We talked and shared our beliefs that as a nation, we have the talent. We have the talent and the resources to one day end cancer as we know it if we make the investments. He believed that like I do. I'll always cherish having seen Jimmy and Rosalind Carter together. Theirs was a love affair of the ages. While we'll miss them both dearly, I do take some solace, and the kids were saying it, that they're united once again. We're going to remain forever in our hearts, but they're together again. The entire Carter family, on behalf of the world, the whole nation, we send our whole heartfelt sympathies and gratitude. Our gratitude for sharing President Carter with us for so many years. You know, Jimmy Carter stands as a model of what it means to live a life of meaning and purpose, a life of principle, faith, and humility. His life dedicated to others. You know, he was like my dad. He thought that, he said, Joey, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about dignity, your dignity. About being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, everything's going to be okay. He believed, as I do, and many as you do, that that's absolutely possible. It's within our grasp to do that. It's not that hard. In his life, he served the nation in the Navy. He led the state of Georgia. He became president and a beloved statesman all over the world. But to know his core, you need to know he never stopped being a Sunday school teacher at that Baptist church in Plains, Georgia. Today's world, some look at Jimmy Carter and see a man of a bygone era. With honesty and character, faith and humility, it mattered. But I don't believe it's a bygone era. I see a man not only of our times, but for all times. Someone who embodied the most fundamental human values we can never let slip away. Although sometimes it seems like it is. We may never see his like again. We'd all do well to try to be a little more like Jimmy Carter. You know, my mom, you've heard me say this before, used to say, bravery lives in every heart, and someday it'll be summoned. Every time it was summoned, he stepped up. Every time, politically, personally, morally. And, you know, everything. The one thing I admired most about him, he thought and believed, and he really did believe this, and I do as well, that everybody deserves an even shot. No guarantees, just a shot. Everybody deserves a shot. And, you know, he gave an awful lot of people a chance. So, as I said, I was an admirer. I considered myself a friend. Kept in touch with him, and his son, I was going to tell you a story his son told me, but that'd be inappropriate. Maybe he'll tell you, but about I think he's happy. I think he's happy with Rosalind. So.
Mr. President, as you think about your post-presidency, is there anything about Jimmy Carter's time after leaving office that inspired you for the years ahead?
Yeah, Never give up hope. Never give up hope. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. So much negativism out there. I know you're tired of hearing me say it over the last 4 years. But folks, there's nothing beyond our capacity. Nothing beyond our capacity. If we do it together. And I mean it. I mean it. And he believed it.
Sir, what is your fondest memory of Jimmy Carter?
I have a number of them. I guess maybe my fondest memory of Jimmy Carter was when he grabbed me by the arm and said, I need you to help me in my campaign. And I said, I've only been around a couple of years, Mr. Governor. He said, no, it'll make a difference. I said, I'm not sure it will. He said, no, it will. When I endorsed him for president, I told him why I was endorsing him, and that it was not only his policies, but his character, his decency, the honor he communicated to everyone. And but he was also very, very, he and Rosalynn were very kind to Jill and me when we lost our son, Bo. They were there for us. And I don't know, it's, I think that what Jimmy Carter is an example of is just simple decency. Simple decency. And I think that's what the rest of the world looks to America for.
So what members of the family have you spoken to?
I think I've spoken to all the children. Maybe some I just got off the phone with. I think there were, I don't know how many on the phone, but I think, and I've spoken to some of the friends of the family. They're helping with the services, and my team is working with his family and others to see to it that he is remembered appropriately here in the United States and around the world. There's a process we're going through that will take a little time to set up this. I announced earlier today we're going to do a major service in Washington, D.C. on behalf of him. But that's a formal procedure that's underway. So I'm sure we'll start talking a lot to the family between now and my main contact is Chip.
Is there anything that President Trump to take from President Carter?
Decency. 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 Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody. Can you imagine Jimmy Carter walking by someone who needs something and just keep walking? Can you imagine Jimmy Carter referring to someone by the way they look or the way they talk? I can't. I can't. You know, I think the end of the deal here is that one of the reasons why we're looked to by the rest of the world, for the bulk of our nationhood, we've laid out what our values are. You said what we believe. It's not just in the Declaration, we hold these truths to be self-evident, but there's a feeling. The rest of the world looks to us. And he was worth looking to. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.